Sonic 3D Blast was a game for the Sega Genesis that was an isometric platformer with kind of a Donkey Kong Country-esque digitized art style. When they tried to translate this to the Game Gear, they split the game in two. They had Sonic Labyrinth, an absolutely terrible isometric platformer that I never even bothered to buy, and then the game that we're looking at today, Sonic Blast, a proper 2D Sonic platformer with a digitized art style. But is this game worth your time, or is it nothing but style over substance? Well, that's what we're going to find out in today's review. Welcome to Stuff We Play, home of everything weird and retro. If that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? And it's very hard to get weirder than Sonic Blast. This game is the last of the 5 2D Sonic platformers to come out for the Sega Game Gear. That's right, 5. There are more Game Gear Sonic platformers than there were on the Genesis, not counting Knuckles Chaotix or Sonic CD, of course. This game was also the last of the Sonic games to come out for the Sega Master System. Now, the previous game we looked at in the Sonic Marathon, Sonic Triple Trouble, didn't get an official Master System release, though fans eventually ported it and that version was great. However, in Brazil, where the Master System is still sold to this day, it did get a port in the late 90s. And we're going to be looking at both of these versions. Which one's the best, and is this game worth checking out to begin with? Well, we're going to find out. Like in Sonic Chaos, no story is really given in Sonic Blast, so I'm just going to assume that Dr. Robotnik started drawing lewd fan art of Sonic and Knuckles together and posting it to DeviantArt, and that means that the Mad Doctor has gone way too far this time, so Sonic and Knuckles set off to stop his plans once and for all. Yeah, it's just Sonic and Knuckles. I know this was after the release of Sonic and Knuckles on the Sega Genesis, but come on, no Tails? Come on, y'all. It's just Sonic and Knuckles, and they each have their own respective abilities. Knuckles can glide and climb walls much like in the Genesis games, while Sonic can do a double jump, predating Sonic Colors by well over a decade. And he needs it. The controls here seem to be a little stiff, and I don't know why. It might be because of the art style though. From a graphical perspective, this game is a technical marvel on the Game Gear. For the most part too, it looks better on the Master System version, in stages at least. For some reason the Master System version, while they decided to upscale the stages and give them a bigger viewing area, special stages, which like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles can be accessed by finding giant rings throughout each act, are still presented in the Game Gear aspect ratio and seem to be having some coloration issues. The same goes for the title screen and character select screen. And also it may be because I'm playing a PAL version of the game under NTSC settings, but it seems to be a bit slower than this Game Gear version. Most likely, since Tectoy themselves did this one and it was a late Master System release, they probably just didn't care here. It shows that this was a rushed job. Sound-wise, it's really not much to write home about. Literally, just listen to these zone names. Yeah, you have Green Hill, but then you have Yellow Desert, Red Volcano. Wow, this is lazy and uninspired. It feels like either a completely different team was working on this one than the previous Game Gear games, which is possible, or that they spent so much time trying to make it look good that they forgot how to make great level design that encouraged both speed and flow, along with exploration. A lot of these levels are just lame. Like Blue Marine here is honestly one of the worst underwater levels in a Sonic game I've ever played. It's so slow, especially in the Master System version. This game just makes you want to rip your hair out because of how slow it is. One place where some originality does shine through here though is the bosses. This one that looks like something ripped straight out of Dragon Ball seems really cool, along with the final boss where you're on this conveyor belt and have to aim Eggman shots back at him. Now that's pretty cool. It's just a shame this type of originality isn't seen the rest of the game. Now, while the game itself is actually pretty boring, there was an interesting version of Sonic Blast released. Yeah, it's been ported to a bunch of collections and virtual consoles and whatnot, but in each of these reviews I've been doing, I've been trying to show off a cool fan-made version of each Sonic game. You know, Sonic 1 on Master System had Sonic 1 FM, Sonic Triple Trouble had the fan-made Master System port. What about this one? Well, this isn't fan-made at all. See these joysticks up here? These are made by AtGames, a company that I have a bit of a vendetta against. They are a terrible company. I even reviewed one of their consoles way back then. They have a slew of emulation problems. But they did do a standalone release of Sonic Blast in Europe. Yeah, this little thing right here is a Master System and only has one game on it, Sonic Blast. And shockingly, emulation is pretty good. You can have a Sonic game on a keychain, and that's actually pretty cool. The game itself though, Oh man, it's a boring one. And it's a shame too that the Sonic Marathon's ending on this note. Because if there's one thing worse than a bad game, it's a boring game. And Sonic Blast through and through is a boring game. I don't really have much to say about this one. It's a Sonic game. You run, there's loops, there's Chaos Emeralds, it's kind of slow, there's not much. Oh look, Knuckles there. It's uninspired. And it's an uninspired game that does not deserve your time. Especially not the Master System version. The Master System version of this game sucks. You know, we don't have to end the Sonic Marathon like this, right? There's still a Thursday left in June. You know, we've been doing this every Sunday and Thursday throughout June 2018. So, what if I do something different this week? We're going to end off on a high note. I have a surprise in store for y'all. So, with that, thank you very much for watching. Stay classy. Let me know your memories of Sonic the Hedgehog down in the comment section below. Subscribe to Stuff We Play, all that stuff and whatnot. And I'll see you... Wow, I threw that well across the room. But anyways, I'll see you next time.